to NG Fishing. Today I'm just going to do a short video and demonstration on a rig that I've used for a long time, like a really long time, pretty much since it first kind of was in the angling times or angling media. But I'm going to show you my version of it. It's called the KD rig. Those of you that have seen videos of mine before, I've done a short kind of clip basically when I first started YouTube on the KD rig and was using braid. Today I'm going to be showing you how I tie it using a fluorocarbon. This one is a Corda IQ2 in £10. I do like the fluorocarbons. I really have sort of switched on to fluorocarbon at the moment. So let's begin. So I start off with just taking off the fluorocarbon off the spool, you know, about 18 inches I like to go for. Gives you plenty to play with. Then what I'll do is I'll just form a loop. So I just tuck the line together like so, and then I basically holding them both together like that. I don't know if you're going to pick this up on the camera. I'll twist it like that. Okay, so the end's there, and it's just I've formed basically two little loops. Then I pass the original loop, aka the end part of the fluorocarbon. I just pass that through there once. Oh, it's fiddly. 1, 2 times. If you're struggling to get it back through the second time, what you can do is you can always take your baiting needle, especially one like this with the little latch on it. You can just thread that through, and so you can just kind of thread that through, grab that part of the loop and pull it through like so. I wet it. Obviously you have to wet, stop it burning. Okay, let's just tighten that right down. There we go. Okay, and I've just formed the loop, cut off the tag end. Like so. So just a loop. You know, anyone who's done any fishing should be able to tie a loop. Okay. Now, bait wise, I've been using the Fish It Baits Frankfurter and Lamprey, which I've done really well on. I'm tipping it off with a bit of fake corn. It's just a selection of the sort of fake baits that I've got. I've got some green, some bits of yellow, bits of white, bits of pink. At the moment, this green one I've done quite well on, so that's what I'm going to use today for this rig. So yeah, like I said, oil wise, I've been fishing with the Frankfurter and Lamprey and the coconut cream. Because I've ran out of Frankfurters, I'm going to just use one of the coconut creams for this demonstration. So this is a 16mm bottom bait, and all you do is just pop your baiting needle through. Oh, they smell lovely. They've been soaking in some special liquid, which maybe I might show you in a couple of videos time. So I'll just pass that through there. Take my little fake bit of sweet corn, plastic corn, been catching carp for years. Now, can be a bit tricky, but just take your time. There's no rush for these things, guys. Slip that on there, and then I just take the bait stop. Now these are just the ones, any old bait stop. Just happen to have some green ones knocking about. If you buy the Corda corn, they come with matching bait stops. Do I think it makes a difference? Not really. quite often I just stick whatever bait stuff I got knocking about, to be honest. So just push that right on tight. So there we go, so I've formed like a snowman. Now, fishing a bit of plastic fake popcorn is essential when fishing a KD rig. You need to be using either a bottom bait like this with a buoyant tipper. So on this example, I got this nice bright green piece of fake corn. But if you have a look in this little tub, I've got loads and loads while I throw them everywhere. I've got several different flavours and different colours, because different colours on the day. Now these ones are from the Nash Instant Action range. These are what I've got left, so they do work. So, also what we have come up with, or what they sell at Fish It Baits, we do something called a stacker, which is like it's like a pellet, not a pellet, it's like a tablet shaped pop-up, which sit really well on these baits as well. So you can always have a look at those as well. So I'm just gonna use the fake corn for now, because I've been baiting up in certain places recently with corn, so I want to have that kind of corn that they're gonna hopefully hone in on. So now down to the hook arrangement. Loads of hooks out there on the market. If I'm honest with you, I don't use well, they have got some sort of quarter hooks and stuff, but I use hooks, quite cheap hooks, in a curve shank pattern. If I put that up there, you should be able to see it. Nice curve on it, and a curve shank or a crank style hook is also really critical when you're fishing a KD rig. Now, I would love to tell you the maker of these hooks, but they don't want to do me any favours, so I'm not going to do them any favours. So just pass it on, line straight through the back of the eye, like so, and then you're going to form a knotless knot. Those of you who don't know what the knotless knot is, it's a knot that's knotless to put a hook in place so you can have a hair. But with the KD rig, it's slightly different. So now it's to tie the hook on. So I've passed the hook onto my line, just straight through the back eye there, like that. Then what you do is you whip it. This part here goes around the hook, top eye 3 times. Okay, so like this. So we go 1, 2, 3, like so. Okay, then what you do, put your fingers on there, pass the bait over, and then you whip down the back of the hook. So behind the hair, which is this part of line coming back, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I like to just tease them up together, like so. Flip the hair back down. Okay, and then I like just to, with the fishing with the fluorocarbon, I like to go one more wrap around, take the tag end, pass it through the eye of the hook, like so, and then just tease it down, like that. Just make sure they're all. So there we go, guys. That's how I fish that's the version of the KD rig that I use. And then just to finish it off, the style of loop I did at first, to do the same, but this time I make it bigger. So we'll just take a bigger fold and go make a little one, go in it, 1, 2. Now because I'm only using £10, I go through it 3 times. Wet it and slowly tease it down. Just tighten it up from the other end, like so. Take your scissors, trim off your tag end, and there we go, guys. That's my KD rig. You'll see it better there. So it's just got a big loop, so I can loop it to a swivel. Section of fluorocarbon. The nice curve shanked hook. If I pop it up there, you'll see it. Yeah. And then the bait. So I don't know if you're going to pick this up on the camera. Maybe if it's, yeah, there we go. If you see the line comes through the hook and straight back across. It's not, you know, with a lot of standard hair rigs, the line's coming off the curve of the hook, where this is coming out of the, look, well, it's coming straight from the top of the hook. Now the idea of this is, if you think about it that that's going to be laying on the ground, on the bottom. That boilie is going to be sitting like that. So the boilie is going to be touching the bottom. The bit of corn is going to be up. The fish is going to suck at it, and then as that goes up, that hook is just looking for that bottom lip straight away. It's pointing down. It's pointing down like that. It's pointing down, waiting just to go straight in that lip. And it's very, very effective, guys, when you're fishing over boilies, because over boilies, I like to put a boilie out, like a boilie hook bait out like this. I'll put a fair few out, maybe 20, 30 baits, depending on time of year, depending on the water. And then I'll fish a KD, and I know that that's just sitting there, perfectly waiting. That hook is clocked like, is just ready to nail him in the lip. As soon as that goes up, that hook is going to be just waiting, dangling there, waiting to nail him in the bottom lip. So that's the KD rig, guys. That's how I tie it, using a fluorocarbon. You can use braid, and for a long time I used sort of coated braid, and this section would all be coated. I'd have a little broken bit there, and all this would be non-coated, same with the hair. But the problem is, guys, everybody's fishing like it, and if everyone fishes the same, do I think it has an impact on results? Yes, I do. I like to be different. I like to do things a little bit differently. Okay, people have been using fake corn for years, people have been using small pop-ups for years, fine, but the presentation is slightly different using the fluorocarbon. It means that if you fish in clear water as well, this stuff is literally invisible. You can't see it, the fish can't see it. It's one of my favourite rigs, guys, because one, it's simple to tie. Two, the only thing the fish are going to see on that bottom is that hook. But if you're fishing on a bit of gravel, if you're fishing over a little bit of weed, they ain't going to notice that hook. They're not going to notice that tiny little piece of metal amongst all that rubbish on the bottom. All they're going to notice is that nice green sight bomb on the top there, and the smell of that coconut cream boiling. So there you go, guys. That's one of the rigs that I like using. It's the KD rig. Give it a go. Definitely, it's so simple, simple, effective, and the best of all, it catches fish. So there you go, guys. If you have any questions about the KD rig, or about any of these baits I'm using, or about these hooks, or this style of hook, or even these special little bits of sweet corn, just either drop us a comment or write us a message on the Facebook page. Until then, guys, enjoy your fishing.